Hello and welcome back to the Nasty Metal Production YouTube, and welcome to another Friday review. And today I am reviewing the 7th studio album from Irish thrash metal band Gama Bomb, and the album is titled Sea Savage, and it was released through Prosthetic Records on December 4th. So, Gama Bomb, these guys have been around since 2002 and have pretty much been in plenty of labels from Earache to now Prosthetic, and definitely being part of the that many ways that new wave or thrash metal movement in the mid 2000s, basically, or at least contributing to that. They definitely were, alongside Toxic Holocaust, Municipal Waste, and Fueled by Fire, Merciless Death, and all those kind of bands. They were there. They were part of that. And Warbringer, in which another band I have recently covered for their new album, Weapons of Tomorrow. So here we are with Gama Bomb with Sea Savage, and without further ado, let's get into Sea Savage from Gama Bomb. Okay. So before I really get into any of my thoughts on this album, let's do a track listing rundown. This album consists of 12 songs, and it clocks in at 38 minutes and 50 seconds. So, these 12 songs are Judo Killer, Sea Savage, Miami Super Cops, She's Not My Mother Todd, Iron Blood, Lords of the Hellfire Club, Shere Khan, Rusty Jaw, Monsterizer, Ready, Steady, Goat, Electric Pinnacle, and Gone Haywire. So there's your 12 songs. So, when it comes to this band, Gama Bomb, well, let's just say because of the themes of this band now, again, there was a point where I was really into a band like Municipal Waste. Of course, nowadays I actually prefer Dr. Living Dead over Municipal Waste, but still, I enjoyed it. But the thing is, over time, I kind of lost interest in a lot of the more kind of, I guess you could say, goofier sounding modern thrash metal bands, and Gama Bomb kind of being in there. It's like, well, there was a parts of me that wanted to really get into them earlier on, but again, so there was just something about them that seemed to really turn me off. So really, this was never really a band that I really followed a lot or was never quite familiar with. And in many ways, this is actually my first real taste of Gama Bomb. And I know some may scoff at that, especially for those who might be really big fans of this band. But I'm just being as honest with you as possible. They just didn't seem to really, I don't know, they didn't really strike me as something I really would be completely into. And there were some parts where I was kind of phasing out a lot of the newer thrash metal bands. It was even that kind of period. So I just didn't really feel like getting into Gama Bomb earlier on. But given how with a lot of the more modern thrash metal bands, some bands are able to really mature. Look at Warbringer, for example. They definitely matured quite a bit, and I think they were able to put out some of their best material this year. So why not Gama Bomb? And in many ways, I think it's kind of true for this album, because what I've at least sampled for even the previous album, being Speed Between the Lines, I dug what I heard. It wasn't the sort of polka thrash that Municipal Waste are more known for. Instead, it had more of a speed metal element, almost traditional metal at times too. It's got a lot of those elements, and of course, I can't help but hear the Overkill comparison, especially with vocalist Philly Byrne, who his vocals are very at times similar to goddamn it, Blitz, Bobby Blitz, Ellsworth. He's very similar at times to Bobby Blitz of Overkill, but I wouldn't say that Philly Byron is at least a clone. He just has that, there's the similarities, and this album does have some Overkill-ish kind of feel to it, but in many ways I would not say that it's absolutely ripping off Overkill, but it's just, I guess, more tongue-in-cheek, more funner, I guess, more energetic, and though, I mean, Overkill's an energetic band anyways, but more lighthearted, I guess you could say, than actually really serious and blistering. That's many ways what I can say about Gama Bomb here. I mean, just look at some of the song titles on this album as well to get the point across. I mean, Miami Super Cops, She's Not My Mother Todd, which is obviously a quote from Terminator 2 Judgment Day. And even other songs looking at it like Monsterizer, Ready Steady Goat. And just and Judo Killer, okay? I mean, geez, that's definitely not serious. And this is definitely one of those bands where they definitely don't take themselves serious. But that's the whole point for Gama Bomb here. That's always been the point, and I definitely can understand that, and that's why I actually can appreciate this. And surprisingly, I dig this album. I mean, there's still plenty of great ripping thrash metal songs on here, though, again, not like a Warbringer or Sodom or that, or just something that really heavy. Though the closest to probably a really heavier thrash metal song on this album would actually be Electric Pinnacle, because that song is absolutely fucking punishing, and that's really one of the highlights on here. But I mean, opening songs like Judo Killer, the title track off the album, Shere Khan, and Electric Pinnacle, to me, and even Gone Haywire, the very last song on the album, to me, are probably the 5 highlighted songs for me on the album. But there's plenty of other good songs on here, and I'll go back to, of course, some of the songs, my top 5 highlights. But let's go to some of the songs that I really do dig off this album. Oh boy. That being Iron Blood, which is just a ball of fun to listen to. Lords of the Hellfire Club I also really dig. Rusty Jaw, Monsterizer, I also somewhat here and there dig Ready Steady Goat. But that's about it. But as far as my highlights here, I mean, Judo Killer, it's a pretty good album opener. Got a very cool riff too. It's just a great way to really get the album going. But the title track, fun as fuck track, nothing bad to say about it. And as far as that, just a great, fun, catchy chorus and so on. And I also love the music video for it. Again, I actually really appreciate this. I think it's a good song. But I think one of my personal just from the beginning for this album. I mean, prior to this album, again, they've had music videos, or at least lyric videos posted. One of them was for Shere Khan, and I loved it from the beginning. It's a catchy as hell song that has plenty of great riffs, and it has enough hooks to really a octopus. Again, Philip Byron just sings his ass off on the song. Same thing goes for even a song like Electric Pinnacle, which is, again, like I've stated, it's probably the heaviest song on the album. It thrashes hard here. And then the very last song, Gone Haywire, which is a good album closer. Some cool riffs to be found here. So to me, those are probably, again, my absolute highlights. But really, there's just I can't really find anything bad about this album, though. As far as weak songs, again, I do, as much as I respect the fact that they decided to name one of their songs from a quote from Terminator 2 Judgment Day, She's Not My Mother Todd is probably the weakest song on this album here for me, but even that isn't a completely terrible song either. It's still at least fun to listen to when it comes on, and I do somewhat dig Miami Super Cops, even if it isn't a personal favorite of mine on the album. Again, I just can't find anything fault on this album. Again, whether or not if this would be considered their best album, may not, for me, that's not for me to really judge, because again, this is the first full Gama Bomb album I've actually heard. After many years of actually avoiding Gama Bomb, this is the first time of me really just really having a Gama Bomb just sinking into my brain, basically. Just me just really inhaling every bit of this album. This is the first time, and I think it's a fun and enjoyable album from these guys. I may go back and listen to some of their past couple of albums and see how they were beginning on, and then maybe I might come back to this one and see how it compares in the past. But for a starting point, I guess for me, I guess I could say, I can't say that this was a bad starting point for me, because again, I definitely dig this album. Again, it's not an album that blows me away, but it's far from an album that really insults me. Because again, it's a fun and enjoyable thrash metal album with, again, that's one of the things I can appreciate about the band. They don't take themselves completely serious. And that's, again, it's the whole point, and I get the whole point. So again, I definitely appreciate that, and I like this album. I think, again, it's a very good album. So there we go. There is Sea Savage from Gama Bomb, and as far as my rating, I wrote it down here. It's a 8.45 out of 10. Again, I think this is a pretty solid album. Again, this being the first real Gama Bomb album I've listened to from beginning to end. I can't say that I hate it. I can't say, because I actually end up really enjoying this. I enjoyed it a lot more than I should have. I think it's a very much a solid album from Gama Bomb. So, this album, of course, had been out since to December 4th. For those who may be a fan of this band, let me know what your thoughts were on this album in the comment section below. But if you have any criticisms toward this album, again, leave those thoughts in the comment section below. If you haven't heard this album, to be quite honest, I don't see any wrong with you checking out this album. I think it's enjoyable. I find it enjoyable, so there you go. So with that, I hope you all enjoyed this heavy thrash. I'd say I'm out. I'll see y'all later. Take care, everyone. I know I've been flipping my words here and there. I like to talk fast. All right, take care, everyone.